Okay, so this is a run through of our Bailey Senator Arizona 2005 Series 5 model caravan. Just to give you an idea of what we'll be living in, and also if you're interested in one of these UK caravans, just what they come with, because they're pretty stocked with good gear. So you're looking forward, you've got the two single settees which convert obviously into either two single beds, or you can convert them into I guess it's probably about a king size. This middle area here sort of converts, this bit here pulls out, which I'll show you in a second, into slats that you can then obviously move. This comes all the way out, and you can then move the cushions around to some way that is reasonably comfortable for you. The reason we got this size of caravan is that each of these settees is it's about 182 centimeters long, which is also coincidentally the same length as any double bed you'd buy at a store. So my original intention was to either have a factory double bed going across this span here and then getting rid of this settee, but it's a bit of too much hard work, really. These cushions are actually surprisingly comfortable, so we're just going to stick with them. And on the road, if it gets too bad, we can just pick up a mattress somewhere. The orientation we're going to have is probably like this, with a double bed across here, so you've still got a couple of seats here. And we'll experiment with breaking it down every day, or just leaving the double bed up as a fixed bed. Cool. And also under there you've got a 40 litre water tank. The previous owners weren't aware of it, was full. They've been towing it around with 40 kilos extra weight in the nose. So I've emptied that out now, and probably just leave it empty and just use the external water tank, which also comes with a van. So every window in this caravan comes with a reflective blackout window, which is 100% effective. If you had this caravan lit up during the night time and shut these down, you wouldn't know it was there. And also with insect screens, which are incredibly useful in New Zealand. Also around the whole van, the whole upper side, you've got storage. It's quite deep. There's quite a bit of room in there. A lot of these UK vans come set up with wine racks and areas to put your dishes and things in as well. So they're pretty awesome vans compared to your stock standard New Zealand ones. These lights are both off 230 or 240 volt mains power, so they obviously won't work when you're out off the grid. We pop these cushions off here. You can get an idea of the water pump system. So you've got a 12 volt water pump down here. It's quite noisy, so you want to keep it to a minimum during nighttime hours. Luckily the toilet in these vans are all cassette type, so you can still flush the toilet. It's not going to start that up, but if you do wash your hands, it's quite noisy. You got the switches there to move between the main tank and the outside water source coming in, and as you divert it into the main tank or down into the rest of the caravan. Originally this area here it's got like a set of drawers that goes up to the window level with a table that folds out. I just removed that so we can have a double bed going across the van. It frees up a lot more space. Also added quite a bit of, well, I'm not too worried about the nose weight, but when I picked this van up, as I said, there was already the water tank, an extra 40 kilos. They had a lot of crap in the front locker, plus the drawers here. The nose weight went from over 150 kilos down to 55 once I'd removed all that crap. So I'll need to get some more gear in there to get the nose weight up to about 100k before we leave. So now looking back, you've got the kitchen and the little dinette over here, which is also a bunk bed, which we're not going to have any need for, but because we've got just a young baby who's going to be crawling and probably learning to walk while we're away, we'll turn this into her bed at night, and I'll just rig up some netting across here. There's also curtains that go all the way around, so that's one of the biggest selling points we went with with this van over our original Target van, which was a fixed bed one, but this is going to work out quite well. You got a fold down table here, obviously more storage. I've just got to fill that up with some Tupperware type things in there for our food. That's going to be the this whole area is really going to be the galley of the caravan. So the food storage up here and the food prep on this side. So first of all, you've got a microwave up here. We're going to get rid of that. It is not going to be useful for us. We're going to be spending at least probably 80% of our time off the grid. So we'll just be using gas and solar. So I'll remove that. It's about 16 kilos of dead weight, and just replace that with some food stuff, flour and some cooking books and things up there. Hob, well, you've got four gas hobs here. They were a bit grubby, but they clean up pretty well. And yeah, that's obviously pretty self-explanatory. Down here you've got, first of all, the gas electric heater, which is really efficient. It heats the caravan up in 5 minutes, and it doesn't use too much gas either. It's got a fan in there that also forces the air through some vents. You've got two down here and then another one in the bathroom, so that's quite nice. Moving along, you've got the 3-way fridge, which runs off 12 volt, 240 volt or gas. They're pretty inefficient on 12 volts, so you're not going to be able to run them. You're going to have sort of 300 plus watts of solar and a pretty big battery bank, so we're just going to be using that for gas. Yeah, and it's a good size. It's about 90 litres, and a decent sized freezer box as well, so it's pretty nice. Again, given everything in this fan a very good clean when we picked it up. It hadn't been cleaned since it was in the UK. It was moved here a couple of years ago, and when I was cleaning it I found UK money hidden under under some of the drawers. So I gave this van a really good sort of deep clean. I got into every nook and cranny, removed the sink to get under there, pulled off bits and pieces to get to other areas. You've also got the oven or grill at the top. And then your gas oven there as well. And below that you've got your switches for the gas appliances. I don't quite know what happened with with Bailey's sort of sticker department, but two of them were labelled incorrectly, and they'd never, this van's a 10-year-old van, and you'd think somebody along the line would have changed them. But if you want to use the fridge, you've got to turn on the gas for the hob, and if we want to use the hob, you've got to turn the gas on for the fridge. So I'll get around to changing that. So the double bunk comes together, well, it's two single bunks come together by lifting this back partition up, and that sort of unfolds and sort of lies at the level of that little bench there. And these cushions sort of split in half. Underneath here we've got the water heater. I'll just remove 10 litre Truma water heater. Can heat up to 70 degrees centigrade. It's really efficient. Takes sort of 30 minutes to heat up to that temperature. I haven't tried it out. Well, I mean, I've heated it up, but I haven't tried to see how long it'll last for. But apparently, you get 2 showers out of that. So we'll see. And again, it's in very good condition. You can heat it up with 230 volt as well, or gas and 230 at the same time if you want to really get it heated up quickly. Which I guess, if you're in a powered side at a caravan park, you just use electric. Yeah. A lot of these caravans also come with quite awesome skylights. So this will pop right off, so it's completely open to the air, which will be great in summer and at night time for sitting back here with a glass of wine looking at the stars. Also, all these windows are double glazed, so you can use these year round. With that gas heat and the double glazed, it's very warm. I mean, it's too warm right now. I've got to turn the heater down. So yep, sink, vent on the roof. It either pumps in or pumps out the air. So now we'll move down to the bathroom, or I guess it's like an ensuite. which is rather roomy. You've got a big shower there. I mean, you know, you can fit a few people in there, I guess, if you needed to. Thetford C200 cassette toilet. I've still got to give that a good wash, and by wash I mean jet water blaster. You've got a really large cupboard here with the drawers and the space up the top, which is quite handy. That's going to be great for towels because you've also got access from this side. So yeah, everything's well thought out, well built, and a full size sink and cupboard space below, which the wife's quite pleased about. And again, you can open up the vent in the shower there to get the steam out, and another window. So that's pretty much it. Sorry, also got an alarm if you want to use that, and a smoke alarm which doesn't have a battery in it yet. It's 10 years old. I'm going to replace that with a combined smoke and carbon monoxide detector, and also an LPG detector down low. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These UK vans are very well spec'd out. I mean, this is the equivalent New Zealand made Caravan for this price bracket is going to be mid to late 80s, no bathroom, no double glazing, no three-way fridge, oven, gas. It's a no-brainer really, as long as you're just going to be keeping to the sealed roads. This is absolutely fine for New Zealand conditions. If you want to upgrade it, which I will do, and I'll post a little video about it, I'm going to add dampeners or shock absorbers. These Alco chassis are made to have them fitted, and they only cost about $300 for a single axle, and you know, it'll make some sort of difference anyway, even if it's not too marked. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions about these vans or this Bailey Senator Arizona, just ask away. All these UK Caravans are pretty similar, so yeah, any questions, and I'll also, this is the before video, so I'll also add what I'm going to do after, you know, what I've sort of accomplished removing bits and pieces. The aerial, it's analog, which is redundant in New Zealand. I need to get rid of that. Microwave, add solar, add shock absorbers, a few other things. So yeah, have a good day.